Well, we were asked to strain gauge this connecting rod to find out why it was failing. It was failing because it was bending. And what was required really was to have some form of information back to see what was going along this face here. And we put a 10 gauge strip gauge here, so 10 independent grids, each treated as a quarter bridge. And at the end here you'll see there's a 3-element rosette, which is actually showing what is happening to the principal strain direction during the test. Furthermore, they've got a temperature sensor on the end, so they can actually monitor what the temperature is during the test. And on the side we have 2 T rosettes to measure pure tension in the rod of the con rod here, section as it were. They're going to see what the actual tension and compression is here during service as well. So what we did here is we put the strip gauge on here, wired as 10 individual gauges, connected them into a data acquisition system, and from there, when the con rod was loaded, we noticed that there was bending along here, and you could see over what distance the bending was actually occurring. And it was quite a tight bend in actual fact. It was very, very close together, so most of those gauges in this middle section were reading very close to each other. And the gradient that was in the center, in fact, was over a very short distance in actual fact, if you wanted to get the peak strain. And eventually they took all of this off of here to put into a real engine, put a single strain gauge in the identified area, and this lot was encapsulated, and it was used in a prototype engine to see how it behaved and how they could actually strengthen this area to improve its performance when it sees bending. So it really was a design flaw, if you like, in the actual design here. These faces here are not the right shape apparently. This is what we would reported back to us. And the actual design of this eye section in the middle, if you look at it that way around, it's an eye section, that wasn't sufficient to carry the loads that was expected. So they've changed the design. I haven't got the design to show here, but it was changed in actual fact, and the shape, and there was another finite element analysis done of the whole con rod to find out if the strain gauges were verifying what the FE said, which they did.